everybody else besides ourselves. So let's come together, and I appreciate everybody that came out. Peace.
Peace. I have one more word I'd like to speak on. Also, as a result of the guard Jamel, in the law school now, there's two things that we're doing. We're building a food pantry so that we can give back to the community, because a part of the law school is about giving back community building. Okay, also, Muslims call it a zakat, but according to our nations, our 12 Jews, the food, we calling this God Jew. So we're collecting food from brothers and sisters in our nation that will, donate something to the God Jew at a law school. This is for any women, babies, women, brothers who don't have food as a result of them may not have a job because of this pandemic or pandemic. They can come to a law school, they'll be able to get perishables, canned foods, whatever we have there, they'll be allowed to take it. It's just that they will back, whenever they get some money, they'll have to donate something back to their food pantry that we're going to have at the law school at God Jewel. So that will be starting in February. We got food already because of Jamel. We got a bunch of food there already that was given to us. So anybody else can be a part of it, that's a part of our nation, or they don't have to be a part of the nation. If they donate to it and they need some God Jewel, when it comes to time, the end of the month, that check ain't come or whatever, whatever have you, you can come and get it from us. We'll be the ones that have it for you. It's just that we ask that you donate something back to it so that we'll always have. Peace.
Peace. Just to add on to that cipher, we also have notebooks, backpacks, blankets, bike helmets. We have all this stuff there at school too, for any families that need it too as well. Peace.
Peace, family. Right. Today's mathematics understanding cipher, and that's what I'm trying to do. Make sure I put my time in to try to understand the cipher I'm in. And what we've been going through lately as far as this pandemic, that's what I like to call it. That's what it is. I've been around the nation since God born. Just ain't not professionally be a boxer and anything, but I knew the pressure of those lessons. And when the supreme mathematics and alphabet dropped on me, I didn't expect it to come my way. But when it dropped, it was the first 5% on my block. His name was Allah Savior, and I took Savior in my name because of him. However, at this day and time, this is my first time up here with Elon, and what I wanted to do was just come in and fulfill that saying, ask not what you can do, ask not what your nation can do for you, what you can do for your nation. So since this was a new place and they sorted out, I just came to, assess what I can do. Now they said they need some chairs. I want to make sure I help them get some chairs to fill this place up the next time they come. All right? So there's not much I got to say. I just wanted to introduce myself to the family, let y'all know what I'm officially from House Spring out there in the desert, over Oasis, we pretty much call it now. But now I'm in Far Road. All right, so Far Rockaway, yes. All right. So peace.
I don't think they heard your name, though.
Oh, Universal Savior. All right, I didn't say my name? Okay, Universal
So you talk about a law savior who's still on the board now?
I don't think it's the same law Savior. All right?
What the desert?
Yeah, but
Okay, no, I think there's more than one. From the desert.
that's the one that's
Yes, I met one.
That's from the beginning.
This one is like I'm talking about your complexion. Hey, is he about your complexion?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I think he deals with the treasure board and everything.
Oh, okay. So that's basically what I'm doing though, because I always believe in knowledge God. I'm born on the knowledge God day this month. That's my one day. So that day that degree always stood out. And what does it start with? One. One having knowledge, seven, right? Or knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and refinement. It is not savage, super happens. So basically, I like to just always think about what I can do. When I was out there acting uncivilized. and Savage. There was a guard, Divine New Education came to me. We went to visit. It was Justice Hakim Allah, him, myself. He checked me one day and he asked me, let me say, he asked me about, he heard about my misbehavior, all right, and he dealt with this in a refined manner. He asked me what the wisdom degree was, and now I was covered, right? So I answered it. I started quoting it. You know, white folks have a hard time civilizing the devil. Okay, so he stopped me. You know, who was the savage? Who saw it? Or the devil? See, so a lot of times we have a tendency to look outside ourselves and blame other sources, you know, for why things are like they are. And we know who the devil is, or, you know, the external one. But a lot of times we got to deal with it, you know, the one inside, the internal. So that was his way of letting me know, you know, check yourself, maybe when you have a hard time reaching people, that savage, that hard time that you have reaching them, not the fact that they're a savage, it could be the savage behavior that you are demonstrating, and sometimes not even knowing it in front of you, you know. So this is what they have in their mouths and trying to teach you, so it makes your job even that much more difficult. So just by him stopping me and asking me that question, I got it, you know, I got it. So this is why I'm here now, to feel that God to me, you know, and get this and the knowledge building for you, all right? This is what I do, you know, so to me it's not a whole lot to be said, it's a whole lot to get done, you know. So whatever I can contribute, out of my pocket, all my time, I'm willing to do, you know. So I'm standing up here, you know, speaking to you now. I just knowledge 120. Now I knew there was no disregard since God home. I just knowledge 120. God 120. God knowledge one day in wisdom cycle. All right? So, peace.
Yeah, it's still
Oh, my agent.
Peace. For the one or two people who don't know me, I'm Lizasia. I reflect the light of firstborn prince. Yes, he returned to the essence 21 years ago, but the law never died. And the knowledge that he gave me is still in my root, my brain, because this is where the knowledge and wisdom was first found when this planet was first made.
Come on, girl.
So, I'm going to piggyback off of my brother on health issues and pandemics, not to brag, but I survived the heroin epidemic. I just touched 50. Looking fabulous, thank you very much. And,
Baby.
So I survived the heroin epidemic, I survived the crack epidemic, I survived the HIV/AIDS, and not to brag on bragging, I survived Ebola twice, and survived Omicron, COVID, 1, 2, through Z, or whatever, because they're going through the Greek alphabet, surviving all of that shit. Why? Because I know how to eat to live. I don't eat to live. I don't live to eat. You know what I mean? So I deal with the right foods mentally as well as physically. That's how I'm about to be a grandmother. Come the end of September, beginning of October will be the first time I will be living on this planet as grand. And my daughter only knows math. That's all I ever gave her. Because I know 120 and I can't find a guy to save my fucking life. But I didn't want to do that to my daughter. So I done gave her the math. She married at 85 in the state. She studied psychology, hypnotized him, got her to marry him. And you know, she's happy. She has love, peace, and happiness. So I'm not knocking her hustle, because obviously she learned something I didn't, you know? So I'm not knocking her hustle. But as far as our nation, we gotta do better. It shouldn't be 3 earths here, 4. It shouldn't be a small amount of babies. Like that big dude that came up here and spoke, we should be having each. If we was really on our job, the same way we study a lesson every day, we should be having a student every day. And if we're having a student every day, at the end of the year, we should have 365 students. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? Every Anybody see anything wrong in what I'm saying?
No.
You know, so we gotta do better, myself included. We gotta do better. We have to find a way to link. At my old job, I worked with a lot of youth, and they used to call me the young old lady. They said I was life coach. They was like, yo, my mother don't look like that. My mother's 2, 3 years older than you, don't look like that, don't move like that, don't do things like that. So I get it in with them little young girls. I let them know we can laugh, ha, and fuck you up, you disrespect me though. So stay in that realm. And they respect that. They know I got hands, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't have a problem using them. We could play, we could twerk, we could dance, we could rhyme, we could do all of that. But you're going to respect who I am and what I'm about. Meaning, you're not going to talk about no pork, you're not going to talk about no substance abuse, you're not going to do none of that violence in front of me. You're going to keep and maintain a level of civilization in front of me. And I have 85s that remember when they see me, they run up on me, they're like, you taught me about friends. Friends fly you in the end. So I learned how to spell the word, and I learned mentally that I don't have friends. I have sisters. I have family. A friend is definitely someone who's going to fly me in the end. So she took that, ran her life with that. So throw little jewels out there, even if they're not your student, but definitely put something in somebody's head. Like people say Allah's nickname was Pudding. Some people say Pudding, like Pudding. But I was taught it was Pudding because he was always pudding. And I'm not going to make a dispute about which is right or wrong, but just the idea. Throw an idea in somebody's head, even if you can't make a student, throw an idea in somebody's head every day. Put something. Tupac called having an album, I think, The Roads from Concrete. Thank you. So do that. Be that rose in this concrete jungle because nobody knows how to pay compliments to anybody. Like I tell women all the time, strange women in the street, sis, you looking beautiful. You killing them shoes. You killing that hairstyle. You know, it's different when a woman compliments another woman and not on the homo shit. When another sister that's attractive and put together, kept together, so another sees another in your life and calls that out, it's different. It feels different. And I promote that. You see me and my sister, we connected at the hip. And her sister loved me. Just on the strength of the love she had for me, her whole family adopted me.
Word is born and that's the truth.
You know what I mean? Just on the strength of the sisterhood. We ain't come out of the same wood, but my God said mine. We roll together, we civilized women. So just on the strength of the rapport I have with her, I originally had with her mother and her other sibling, it just clicked with her and I. And we've been connected at you see one, you know the others right there, right? So we need more of that. It shouldn't just be 2 of us. It shouldn't be 3 herbs and her baby. We should have this faith. When I got the knowledge in the 80s, I got the knowledge in 87. The Gods was on the radio. The Gods was on TV. The Gods was on the block. The Gods was in high school. The Gods was everywhere. To get attention from a God, yo, that was it. That was the move. Like, a God knowledge you, like, word, that was fire. It's not now, like today. You know what I mean? Today is different. Anybody walking in 1/3 can get an attention. But back in my day, that was something big. To say you had knowledge of soul, to say you was earth, that was a really big ordeal. It wasn't, you know, these millennials getting the knowledge. Y'all lost. Y'all lost. Y'all lost from the beginning because you're not walking and talking this. You didn't see this. You didn't see a God just showing you, blah, 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 and slaying, taking them through the Bible, taking them through a current event, taking them through what you learned in the actual class. You didn't get that. You didn't see that because it's not in high school like that no more. The gangs have taken over. We've lost a magnetic that we had, and I don't even know how we lost it, you know? classroom, she didn't lose her teachings, her core value is still there, but she's not where it's at. I don't know if it's New York on the whole. I don't know what happened to New York City, but having knowledge of self was the thing to be when I got it. And I don't know, like I feel like a dinosaur. You know, they see my flag, they like, I still got it. What? You a real earth? Like you go to the school and shit? Like I gotta have these conversations weekly. I'm like, the fuck you mean? Like I never left. What you mean we still around? We're always gonna be around. I ain't seen one of y'all in a long time. Like, this ain't the look. So we gotta do better. We gotta do better as a whole. And I'm taking accountability for myself as well. We got to do better. We got to stop asking for money. It's not successful. It's not. It's clear. $4,000 in 4 months, we're failing at a terrific speed. We got to come up with a means and a way of what is attracting, what can generate money. This has to be the formula. What is in demand? Can we fill what's in demand, and how fast can we multiply it? We have to, because 4,000 in 4 months, that's the show and prove. That's the understanding of the cipher that asking mouth to ear, face to face is failing at a terrific speed. And we all are scientists. We're all scientists. We all have to come together as a collective unit because we need our home. We're standing here, look, we don't have no monitors this month. Look at the little bit of chairs, and we didn't even fill up the little bit of chairs that Elijah Justice went out his way to get for us. And they're still not filled up. When I got knowledge of self, I'm a brag. When I got knowledge back in the 80s, Harriet Tubman was standing room only. Show and prove used to be leaking out the stairs. It wasn't let's go across the street and get high. Let's smoke, let's drink. There was that, because that's always going to be. That has been and will always be. There's always going to be a low grade, an opposing force. For every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. Right? That's Newton's law. So we always know there's going to be people opposite of us. But the main people that was coming in for the right reasons, doing the right things, we were showing out. God's was looking for us. It was like, I don't know where these type of things like the dudes came from, but that's not the type of man I was taught to look at, you know. Like, I remember Freedom Alive before he became Papa Luke. Tell me there wasn't a change with the name. For those who didn't know Freedom, yo, Freedom used to come with the fedora. He had on a three-piece suit, his walking cane, his gaiters. Yo, Freedom used to kill him. Freedom used to kill him. Then he became Papa Luke when we saw the jeans, the carcanage. Then he had the fitted, now he's wearing fitted. The walls done changed on us. You know, no more staff, no more gaiters, no more nothing. So I was taught to look at a man like, big brother, stand up. Stand up, big brother. Type of guys in my day when I was a young lady shopping. This is what, you know, show the cool people as a man with knowledge of self. You know, clean, tailored, rude. None of this crusty eye, wearing your jeans for I don't know how many days, smelling a little weird. It wasn't none of that. You know, God's used to smell good. I'm not saying anybody here is thinking. Don't take it personal. But God used to look sharp in my day. And I understand, you know, it's snowing. I came in looking rugged too, but I clean like most of them. But again, taking it back to how I started, we got to do better, all of us. We got to stop just worrying about myself, and I'm guilty as well. And we got to just utilize. And if somebody want to utilize me, they got something going on. I got a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I have a job. I work with social services. I work with the mentally ill, chemically addicted community. I have knowledge about a lot of things. If you speak to me, I can be found on all types of social media platforms. So if you have something going on and you think I'm a fit, I have every Saturday and Sunday off. I definitely don't say no to my coaching. If you try to misuse that knowledge, you're going to get a stern now safer. But if you official and you righteous and you civil, whatever you need me for, I'm going to be there. And on that note, peace.
Today's mathematics understand and also be understood. My name is Queen Tarnetta Magnetica.
Peace.
And that's my name, peace. I like to say peace to the fathers and nations. Because I'm not with the NGE. So therefore, let me say what I have to say today. I'm glad today that everybody came out today so I can get to see my other brothers and sisters, right? So first things first, Sister Means also will assist her within the mind mentally. So wherever she is lacking, you're supposed to teach her. Even the brothers are supposed to also help uplift their brothers. Instead of bickering, fighting, and an argument, that's a now cycle when they getting out of hand and getting out of control. So the way I come from, back in the era, growing up in here, all from Medina, and I want to say this to Jamel, like your aunt, and peace be upon her black earth, and my mother, and our Lord most precious Jews, was the first ones that started serving the food for the cafeteria, and they started doing things. So when a sister had a problem also with God, if he was actually disrespecting her, because we want to talk about the level of respect, and we don't see that nowadays. So when we was growing up, we had more structure. Right, Jamel?
Peace.
Right? Say peace, I want to say, let peace be upon your Uncle Big Ab God, who comes from powerhouses and everything too, and everything. So growing up around all of us when we was younger, everybody knew each other. Like if one of the babies had a party, the guards would take the earths there, and they would stay for a little while, and they'd come back and pick them up, because that's what we did amongst each other. We never had any pork at no parties, even with family who ate pork. No products, nothing was wrong and nothing, and we all had a form of unity and love. So besides that, and when things did happen between gods and the earths, because some gods became abusive when you're talking about dealing with the drugs, when they was dealing with the divine cycle power equality, and also with dealing with the cycle king equality. So, and a lot of them was drinking and doing a lot of stuff, and they would come home and want to argue. And at that time, they wanted the earth to stay home and rear their babies. So how dare them to sit up there and disrespect them like that? So what happened was, let peace be upon his heart and say again, Black Earth, for those who don't know her, was out in powerhouses. She opened up her home to many gods and earth, and so did my mother, and also our most precious Jews. They did. Right? They used to let the babies come in, and what they did with the women. They didn't do it stuff incorporated. They just said, yo, says, if you don't have the space, I'm going to take her in from this side of Medina or even from Pilon. And let peace be upon the God Allah foundation. Even when he used to come out to Medina, he made sure that me and my family and everybody that was all right when anything went down, they was the first one on lines against a lot of people when a lot of stuff happened when they disrespected the nation. You couldn't disrespect somebody, brother, sister, mother, or anybody, Vegas, whether you was in the nation or outside of the nation. You know why? Because we stand together as one is unity. See, our law means love. It also means one and all. So all together, I'm part of our law, he's part of our law. And guess what? One can't coexist without each other. So it takes that knowledge, first that knowledge equals that form of understanding, which also make that baby, which equals that whole 360, which is the whole cycle. Because without that, nobody would be here to this day. So right now, I'm also seeing the nation growing. But we talking about the structure. We talk about now why, what's getting done now, and now why. This is foundation. It makes us look ashamed. Like my sister said, how can we only rate close to 4,000 honors? That's a now cycle. When we got hundreds and thousands of people all over the nation, around the world, right? So why nobody is actually giving back to the community and also within our nation? We could do our nonprofit organization, do certain other fundraisers event, because to me, when I went out of town, when I went to Seattle, Washington, right, and I built with guards down there, and Lord Justice was down there in the year 2006, they was doing a lot of stuff down there, like my brother Joaquin, they have like, I heard that they named a bank after his grandfather, and they got buildings, and they got property, and they got schools and stuff. So I know in other states, they also build it in Dallas, and also definitely in Houston, Texas. So I don't know what's going on here and now why. But I think the problem is, with a lot of guys, I think with men, it comes to the ego. So therefore, it's like they were taught different, as far as within their words and their lessons also being a little different sometimes. So they would actually like, oh, I got a problem with, oh, now cipher. That's not right, and they get mad. But that's not the way it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to teach them in a certain kind of way, or you got to correspond with each other to make that form to be peace, because peace is an absence of all signs of confusion. So besides that, if the only 3 earths that came today, and also my niece right there, name is Melanie, right? When I was growing up, like my sister Wazisha said, and you know this fact, for a fact, Jamel, before you want to see, you have to get to the parliament before 2 o'clock. It'd be the guards from Fort Rockaway on the A train. Right? From every stop on the train, when they get on that alarm train, or even come from the other side of Hamels. But you know what I'm talking about. Then they come. Let me see. Linda Plaza, Grand, Cypress, Pink Houses, Euclid, Shepherd, right and wrong. Coming all the way up to Van Projects, right? We want to take it way back. And guess what? When everything went to Broadway Junction, the guards from Nubia was on that train too. They would hold them doors. Am I lying? Right. Also, yo, we my family, it was like peace. Every day when you come in and going to school and going up, especially the Universal Parliament, yo, let's get everybody, especially on my way where I am from, in Nubia always had a strong foundation. Not even only that, just not only in Medina,